Okay, this is a look at BH Benz, and this is one of the websites I believe that was designed by Revolution Parts, so they should have a parts thing on here. Right off the bat, we get this thing where they want to access my location. I mean, that's crazy because you get it from the IP. This does not make it ADA compliant. It's the opposite of ADA compliant. It actually makes it non-ADA compliant because you have to come in here and pick and choose what you want it to be. To be ADA compliant, the user experience has to be the exact same for somebody with a handicap and somebody without a handicap. The reason you set cookies is because you're wanting to save some information. So if I'm looking at a car and you set cookies on my computer, then you'll know if I come back, you'll know which car I was looking at, so you can show me that car again. There's absolutely no reason to be setting cookies at this moment in time. These images here are not even coming through. These images here are not coming through either. So we've got a bunch of images that are not coming through. If we go to, let's see, service and parts, schedule service, parts center. Let's see what the parts center looks like. We can order parts. See, every click is especially, what's the load time on this thing? This thing takes 3 seconds for the first content pane, so it's got it's got a loading penalty. So Google will not spider the site as often or as deep as what it would be if it was under a second. And the largest content pane is in 10 seconds. The average person will leave if a website takes 53% of people, over half the people will leave if a website takes 3 seconds to load. And that was done by Google when they were testing their ad network. So the site, the load times, and it's full of errors. It's got so many errors that you can't even check the errors. So every click, especially on a slow website that's really slow and takes a long time to load, is going to, and then we've got order parts here, and let's see what's going to happen here. We're going to be able to order. We're sorry, but our parts store is temporarily unavailable. Please contact us with questions. So they must be pulling their parts in from another website, a third-party website, and if that third-party website goes down, they're no longer able to show the parts on their website. So the third-party website's down, so their website is also down. But you can see, I mean, like I said, these new vehicles here, I mean, are any of the images, okay, the images are working here, and then we can, you know, you got all these filtering things here where you can filter by all kinds of stuff. This thing's popping up. First it was in the way, now it's popping up and making noises and in the way. Do we have a link to the developer over here? Audi, I think that's see, Dealer Inspire. This is I was incorrect. This is not a Revolution. This is Dealer Inspire. I'm thinking that Dealer Inspire either has a bad link or their website is also down now. So, I mean, that's pretty bad when the design company, not only does this link bleed link juice, not only does this not make it not ADA compliant, but the website has so many errors on it you can't even look at the content. And one error will prevent it from working correctly in a device. Two errors, I mean, one error can cause it not to be ADA compliant, not to work correctly in a device, and prevent Google from being able to spider the website. This website is all electric, all Mercedes Benz. This is, I guess this is the main car they want you to see here. Learn more about this Mercedes Benz. What happens if we click on this? You got to wait all day for something else to happen. But because they're focusing everything on this one Mercedes Benz website right here, that means that the title tag should also be focused on that same website. I mean, that same car. So if we come in here, and I bet this is Bootstrap. Let's see, Bootstrap. Yep, a Bootstrap is for people who don't know how to develop websites. If you don't know what you're doing, you use something like Bootstrap. It's for amateurs. WordPress is also using WordPress. If you don't know what you're doing, you use WordPress. WordPress it's got to be upgraded updated 3 or 4 times a month. Not upgraded, updated, because they find exploits in the code 3 or 4 times a month. So 3 or 4 times a month, you got to go in and upgrade everything you're doing. And every plugin you use has to be updated by the developers who created the plugin. So if you create a custom plugin inside WordPress, you spend all your time just trying to upgrade and keep that plugin working and keep it from getting hacked or used to be hack the website, because you're using WordPress, and WordPress is made for amateurs and Bootstrap's made for amateurs. So we can definitely say not only does Dealer Inspire bleed PageRank to their own website, hurting their customers. They're willing to damage their customer's website in order to get an advantage for themselves over the competition. But in addition to that, their website's not even online right here, or they've got a bad link or something. But it's just, what was that? Look at all this here. I guess they thought that was really beautiful and cool. You know, there's a point where it's not so much about doing something that's really cool. It's more about building a functioning, good website that's able to sell the products and make you money. And this website right here, we've got get our price, schedule test drive, and build my payment. So if we build the payment, what's that look like? Continue, finance, lease, pay cash. Do I get to, build my payment, but I don't get to add in anything here. So finance, it's kind of a finance, lease, cash. So if I pay cash, it's $162,000. If I lease it, it's $3,422 a month. If I finance it, it's $3,552 a month. I guess that's some pretty good information, right? Got 3 pictures, nothing of the inside. If we want to change to red, it comes in red, but we're unable to change to red. Now, notice you can't even check the code because it's got so many arrows. But also notice that they're not even able to change colors. If I click on red, it does not show me the red. The website that we've just started building, that we're just now playing with, if I come in here and click on motorcycles, not only does it list everything by the cheapest to the most expensive, but if I click on one of these, I can change the color. I can see what it's going to look like in the different colors, and I can spin it around right here. So already we've got a better setup than they do. And then you've got your other stuff here. You know, you can get all the specs here for the motorcycle, but this one has 0 errors, and it's fully loaded in under a second, or 1.3 seconds. But that will be getting better as we build this thing out and get it closer to being where we want it to be. But these websites created by these companies like Dealer Inspire, they don't care. How do you get back to the home page? Okay, we got to scroll up here. These web developing companies, look, now these images are working now. But these web development companies do not care about their customers. If they cared about their customers, they would at least check the code. They don't know how to code. And look, each one of these is bleeding PageRank. So not only is it bleeding PageRank, but if I go to Facebook, Facebook will track where I'm coming from and show me ads for the event's competition. And they'll use my IP address. They don't need to know my exact location like what they were trying to find out earlier. So, it's not ADA compliant, it's not W3C valid. It takes nearly, 10 seconds to fully load, over 10 seconds to fully load. 29 on performance. Accessibility is not accessible. Even with the tool that slows down the website. Keep in mind that if this website here, this is coming from a third-party website. So if that website goes offline, this thing is going to quit working. So it's pulling, it's a terrible setup. It's not the way you do it. You don't make something ADA compliant by adding more bad code. Basically, you've got a website full of bad code, so it's not ADA compliant, so they could get fined. So we add more bad code and more things to mess up the website and more things to make it even more not ADA compliant, because now the end user, instead of him being able to visit the website like somebody who doesn't have a handicap, he's got to come in here and build his own ramp to go into the restaurant. I mean, this is some crazy stuff here. That's just not the way you build a website, and this is not correct by any shape of the imagination. The dealership industry has the worst web development companies in the whole web design industry.